Hi everyone, I'm Matt Hetherington and this is another edition of my service series of table tennis videos here on YouTube. And in today's tutorial, we're going to be looking at the use of the backhand serve and perhaps some reasons why you might consider using the backhand serve in different situations in the match, and also how we can focus on the different mechanics of the backhand serve in order to maximize the amount of acceleration, the amount of speed or depth on the ball, and the amount of spin. So we're going to get into it straight away, and we're going to first talk about why you might consider using the backhand serve in a match. There are a few good reasons to use a backhand serve, but I'm going to go over 3 of them really quickly. One of them is the starting position. So being able to serve backhand means that you can have your body more square onto the table, and also that you can move across a little more to the middle without exposing your backhand. Like if I use the forehand serve from here, I have my back to the side. With the backhand serve, because of the way that we're positioned facing the table, I can recover to here quite easily. Also, being in the middle of the table, it also gives me the opportunity to exploit an angle this way, where a lot of my forehand serves will be going this way. Now I can get that opposite angle. A second reason that players may choose to use the backhand serve is to produce the spin and the deviation that carries with this angle. Now, with the reverse pendulum serve and the hook serve, we're contacting the ball on the outside, but it's very hard to drive force around the ball to get it to go this way. Okay, so you don't often see too much kick coming this way from those serves unless players are very competent with this reverser. With the backhand serve, because our body weight is a little bit more on this leg and on this side of the ball, we can actually rotate and turn some weight in from this side of the ball. Whereas with these forehand serves, you have to rely on your body weight coming from the opposite side of the ball. It's much harder to get the force going this way. With the backhand serve, we can really drive and get spin that takes the ball this way. A third good reason to have a backhand serve is very simple. You may have been faulted for your forehand serves. And this applies to tournaments, obviously, where you have umpires or service judges. Now with the forehand, because you're standing more side on, there's a lot more opportunity for throwing the ball backwards this way, or hiding the ball perhaps behind your shoulder or your head or with your arm. And players who get faulted in those situations will often look to their backhand serve, where their body is all behind the ball, and they can keep the ball toss in front of them, which kind of prevents that deviation or movement forward or back. And it's just a very safe serve to have on hand if you do get faulted, or you're in a situation where you're getting frustrated with an umpire who's calling your serves. It's a good reason to practice a backhand serve just in case you need it. So let's look at some of the mechanics of the backhand serve. A lot of it focuses on waist rotation, so we generate a lot of acceleration through the turning quickly of the waist. But first we have to look at the foot positioning, because this is not like a forehand serve. So we're going to start off facing the table. A lot of players have their feet either even or usually with the foot opposite to the playing hand back a little, and I prefer that way, to have this foot back. And you have your shoulders kind of pointing towards this corner, this right corner. And that's going to help you, at least if this foot is forward, be able to transfer some body weight through this quad and through this leg here. So we're going to start flat hand, of course, here. Usually it's better to have your racket next to your hand and not over the top of it, just to avoid any problems with having this hand in the way. So we're going to have our racket next to our hand, throw the ball up. We're going to bring this racket up a little bit, mostly from the elbow. So the shoulder comes across a tiny bit, but we're going to lift it with the elbow, and we're going to rotate back. So we're drawing it back and bringing it up a little bit. And then we're going to push down into our leg, into our playing leg, and rotate into the ball quickly and then flick through at the end. Okay, so we're going to rotate into the ball and then tighten here. And with this serve, we're really tightening more with the thumb. So we're pushing across the back, and it's more in this part as opposed to when you're doing your other serves and you're pushing more in the tip of your thumb and finger, because your racket grip is the same as you would be playing. So we're not using this pinch style grip for the backhand serve. We're using a regular shake hand grip or pen hold. Then you're going to apply the pressure more across this part of the handle. So you're going to throw the ball up, bring your body weight through your waist, racket comes back and up a little bit, and then remembering that the ball is coming down here, we're going to twist and push body weight through this leg and then accelerate through the contact. So relax and accelerate through the contact. So we should finish with our body weight facing forward. We can bring this foot back around and then come back over here. So up and go and back to here. Okay, so I'm going to start off doing some more backspin oriented service motions. So when I bring my racket back, I'm going to try and come more under the ball on my way through and drive forward under the ball. Okay, and now I'm going to demonstrate some more topspin oriented. So I'm going to either open my racket face on contact more to contact this way, or I'm going to pull up on my ball contact. The easiest way to do it is to open the racket face, so we're contacting more on the back of the ball. That way, on our way up, we're going to get more topspin. Okay, so opening the racket more, and then coming across the ball, okay, with a more open racket face. Now, if I want to work on being more deceptive, I have to serve under the ball, and when I serve, instead of going forward through the ball, I'm going to pull a little bit more to the side and up. So we're going this way and it creates top side spin. So racket starts flat, but I'm going to pull up and to the side. Okay, so up and to the side. Okay, up and to the side. The last thing that you need to have, of course, is a long, fast variation. So for this one, you're really going to build the acceleration up through your waist and then really tighten up and accelerate through that contact point. So we've got to keep everything relaxed to begin with and then really accelerate through the contact point. Of course, when we're doing these serves, we need to make sure that the contact is low to the table and the first bounce comes closer to us, not closer to the net. So there are some basic ideas about the backhand serve, just the basic technique and mechanics, nothing too fancy, but I hope it gives you some reasons to think about when or why you might use the backhand serve and reasons that you should practice it, just so that you have it on hand. It's always good to have that opposite motion and that opposite spin available if you're under pressure in a match, if you get faulted. If your forehand serves and the direction of your forehand serves and the spin are not really giving your opponent any trouble, it's worth trying a backhand serve to see if it might be effective. And perhaps there are some opponents you might play against where your backhand serve is more effective and they struggle to receive that more. So definitely worth having a backhand serve in your game, and I hope that this has helped you consider that and potentially work on the backhand serve a little bit more. So of course, if you haven't subscribed to me yet, make sure you subscribe to the channel, MH Table Tennis. I have more videos in the Service Masterclass coming out day by day, and I think the next ones are going to focus on topspin kick serves and the ghost serve. Those are a couple of topics that I would love to work on. So keep tuned here, and I'll have more videos coming for you soon.